What is up, everyone? It's the Drummer Nerd, and welcome back to another Modsauce 2 episode on the Sandbox Survivors server. Today, we're going to get a little bit further along in Mekanism. I want to work on getting into the 3 times ore production, and we're going to do a little bit of work on getting some osmium gear, too, so that we can go out into the world and not be super concerned that we're going to get killed around every corner, especially when we decide to head into the Nether, which will be soon. I ended up making, somewhat by accident, I didn't realize the machine was necessary for it, but I was trying to get some materials ready to go. Ended up making the crusher, which is actually part of the triple ore production. I didn't realize it right away. If you want to see what that requires, right here, fairly easy. I knew we'd need those lava buckets, so I'm glad I held on to a couple of them. But basic control, steel casing, some lava buckets, and some redstone. Fairly simple. But what we need to do is we need to also craft a purification chamber. And there's a bit of a chain that happens when you craft these items. The purification chamber will craft an item that will pump into the crusher, that will pump into the enrichment chamber, that will pump into the energized smelter. And it's basically going to give us a chain that will allow us to produce 3 times the amount of bars per ore that we normally would. So let's jump into the purification chamber first and foremost and see what we need to get that done. Purification chamber. Okay, so that requires an enrichment chamber. So we're going to make one more of those. We got the osmium. We should have enough alloy. That's easy enough to make. And the advanced control circuit, which is more alloy and some basic control circuits. So we'll have to get a couple of stuff built up. So let's start off by getting a couple of control circuits going on. Let's see. That is osmium and redstone. And how many of those are we going to need? 2. 2 of those for that. And so we're going to need 4 total. So let's get 4 going. Ha! Brain fart for a second. I completely forgot what machine we needed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll let those craft up, and while we're doing that, I did need another machine, or a steel casing. Yeah, we need another steel casing. Luckily, we still have a little bit of steel left, so let's get this crafted up. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next item here. Where are we? It's going to take a little while for me to get used to that. I don't think we have enough enriched alloys either. We only have 3. I'm going to need... I don't need any for this, so that's good. We can actually probably make that now. So let's make that now. Oh, I don't have enough redstone. Let's grab a little bit of redstone. So now we're starting to get into the part of the game where we're getting into what a lot of us like to call the rabbit hole. More and more, these items are going to require digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the tech trees to make these items. And it's going to become more and more difficult to just come up and make the items that we need. So kind of digging deeper into the rabbit hole, the more that you need to craft stuff up here. So let's get this one. Pop, pop. Cool. Okay, enrichment chamber. Now, we already have the osmium. I'm going to need another 1. And, okay, so we need 1, and then we need 4 more total there. Let's get this guy going up. Thank you. We need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's let those go. While we're waiting for that, we're also going to need to make an electrolytic separator. And this is going to separate water into oxygen and hydrogen. And we don't need the hydrogen yet, so we may end up dumping a lot of that, but we do need the oxygen for the purification chamber, because the purification chamber takes both oxygen and electricity to do what it needs to do. So we'll need another 2 enriched alloys, no problem. We got the redstone, we got the iron. We need an electrolytic core, which takes 5 of these bad boys and a couple of different dusts. So that's going to take a little bit of time for me to get some of those materials. Why don't I take a little break to get some of those materials, and we'll come back when we've got those 2 items crafted, and then we'll move on to the next set of items that we need. And we're back. Got some materials I need. We got, what was running? This guy. Had a couple more of the enriched alloys going. I actually think I still have... I gotta grab these out. I'm sure we're gonna need these at some point. And we can grab other things out as we need it. But I needed to make a trip down into the mines and get a couple of items because we need to go into the crusher. And we need to get some... Am I doing this wrong? I feel like I might be doing this wrong. It's not the crusher. It's the enrichment chamber, I think. We should be getting dust. We need a couple of different dust items. We need some osmium ore dust. We need some gold dust. And we need some iron dust. Oh, please don't give me that. Thank you. I have all of these machines set to automatically dump their inventories as they craft into the next machine, which is really, really handy when you're looking to automate some of the process. Not so handy when you actually want the dust that's being made. Let's do this one more. So once we have that, we should be able to make this electrolytic core, and we'll be able to make the electrolytic separator. And then we'll have one more item that we'll need to make alongside that so that we can get into actually using the purification chamber. So let's get this core built. Cool, we got the core. And how about the separator? So that's going to be redstone, iron, and the enriched alloy. I actually got to get that stuff out of my bag. Here, let's grab these guys. Let's grab this guy. I actually should keep this tool handy. Okay, so let's get the electrolytic core here. Let's get the... come on. Bam. And corners. I think this was how we did it. It might actually be redstone in the middle. Iron corners. Cool. Electrolytic separator. So I'm actually going to want to build a little space to use this guy alongside one more item we have to make, which is the electric pump. The reason we need the electric pump is because we actually need to pump water out of a water source into the electrolytic separator so that it can separate that out into gas. And we need the oxygen to go into the purification chamber. I'm going to build that somewhat close to all this machinery here, probably underground. So we'll find a spot, maybe next to where my my little like lava generation setup is, because we are going to need to make some pipes necessary for those things, and that's going to take probably a little bit more materials than I really want to spend this early. Let's get my steel casing out. Let's see. I knew I was going to need... let's just make one more of them. It's alright, because we need a bucket. We'll just make one more. It's not a big deal. Like so. And osmium electric pump. Sweet. I'm also thinking that we're going to want to put it somewhere down here anyway, because we also need the electricity that's being made. And hopefully I can just get... you know what we might do is we might see if I can just get these heat generators to power the pump. In fact, let's try it. Let's make a little bit of space down here and let's try the pump out. Okay. Let's see. My bag's got the excavator in it. Let's put you there. So let's just clear out a little bit of space down here. I'll definitely clean it up. We'll make it nice and tidy. We'll make it nice and clean looking. But for now, I just want to make the space so that we can give it a shot and make sure that the thing works how we're expecting it to. Like I said, I'll probably disconnect this and just have these guys going straight into the electric pump, since they're not really producing that much power anyway. And I don't want to have to try to figure out how to run the output line down here, because these guys only have the one output, which we did find. All I had to do was take a wrench and use the wrench on the side I wanted the output to go, and it's powering the rest of the machines there. So what we need to do, I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put the pump somewhere maybe here-ish, or maybe here, so that we can run the other, so that we can run our electrolytic separator. Let's see. Water pump, where'd you go? Thank you. Let's put the pump here. And then we're going to create an infinite water source. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than normal. I don't know if we need to create a 2x2 or if it needs to be bigger than 2x2, but we're just going to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger than a 2x2. just to play it safe. Okay, so there's our infinite source. Grab a couple more buckets left, and then what do we got here? This guy's probably going to have to be turned, and I think we're going to have to supply power to it to get, so let's see if we can get some water pumping out of this guy. Let's supply power. I don't recall if power goes into the top or the sides. I think the water comes out of the top. So I think I need to take my wrench and I need to turn this guy. Turn you. Turn. Okay, that way. Is that right? There's our power. I'm not going to have enough cables for this. You know what? Like I said, I want to disconnect this because these guys aren't providing that much power. Okay, so that's on. And look at that, pumping in water. And I'm kind of glad that I went with a little bit bigger just in case. Good, so this guy's pumping water. Now I'm going to need to pump that water somewhere off to the side so that we can get the electrolytic separator going. And I want to do so in such a way where I can have the least amount of pipes as possible, because I do need to pipe water up. Not the water, I'm sorry. We need to pipe the oxygen back around to the purification chamber. So let me figure this out here a little bit, and then when we're ready to get that up and running, I'll bring you guys back in. All right, we're back. I think I figured it out. I got, in continuing our theme here, I moved this guy down a little ways, and the water pump is getting power, and we put down our electrolytic separator, which is also getting power. Now, I believe that we just need basic mechanical pipes on this guy. Oh, look at that. It gets the water. And I think that we pop it into the top of this guy. So let's see if this guy's actually doing anything. And it is. Look at that water filling right up. We're getting hydrogen on one side and oxygen on the other, which is good. And we just need the oxygen, which it looks like the red side is the one that we want. If we're looking to get oxygen, then we need basic pressurized tubes. And indeed, we're actually pulling out, which material is that? Oxygen. Okay, so we want the yellow material. So let's get a basic pressurized tube up here. And what I ended up doing also is I moved the purification chamber to this layer. I may not have enough pipes for this. I might need to make some more steel. So yeah, one more set of pipes will get across there. Let me show you what the materials are for that. So the mechanical pipe right here. Steel, bucket, steel. Easy enough, right? Pressurized tube, steel, glass, steel. Very easy to make. It's just the steel that can be a little bit consuming because you've seen the process. It takes a little bit to get the steel made. And in fact, I need to get a little bit more made. So we'll probably need to take a moment to do that so we can finish making this pipe. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get that started now. Then we can start to look at one of the other machines that we want to get as well. Let's see. I need coal. Let's grab some coal. I still have some iron on me, so we're good there. Let's go to the metallurgic infuser. Let's get, I don't know, maybe 4 for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there are ways to make these machines faster as we get a little bit further along in the game. Right now, we're just using the basic machines because it's the cheapest way to get a lot of what we're looking to do done. If we were to go with some of that, the more expensive upgrades, what ends up happening too is not only do you use a lot of materials to get the upgrades, but they use more power. And right now we're simply not generating enough power. I think we're just kind of barely generating enough power for the machines that we have. And once we get this whole setup going for the triple ore production, we're actually going to see just what kind of drain on power we're going to get. So let's get these going too. And the other item that we're going to look at today is the osmium compressor. Osmium. Where are you? Right here. Again, we're looking at some advanced stuff here. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 enriched alloy, the steel casing, and some buckets. It's easy enough. But this compressor is going to allow us to, well, do exactly that. It's going to allow us to compress certain items, one of which is obsidian dust. And when we do that, we can make some really, really cool armor that I'd like to get into. Let me see. I think I, in fact, even may still have a steel casing on me. Or we may have used it for one of the other machines. So we're definitely going to need a lot more stuff. But you know what? Let's see what we've got so far. Back up here. Because I want to finish getting that piping done. We can worry about the osmium compressor at another time. I want to get this piping done because I want to see the triple ore production as it works, as it's supposed to work. So let's fix this here. The dark blue's got to be on top. Dark blue on top. There is no input side yet, so we'll just turn these off. If you haven't seen this yet, too, there is a side configuration here, and you'll see the different colors that we have here. This is our input, this is our output, and I don't remember what this is. I know that there's another item that we're going to need for something else, but I don't think that we need to... this might even be where we need to set it to take in the oxygen. But you can go into the side config, and you can change the color to whatever side it needs to be on. And then if you want it to automatically eject the item to go into the next, where our output here, I have to auto eject. See, it's off right now. Turn that back on, and that will shoot the item up to here, which has its red side misconfigured. So there's our red now. Turn that off. So now the blue side's configured to go to the right, and it's going to just continue down the line as long as something is running in the machine. Let's grab our steel. Let us make our pipe. Another set of pressurized pipes. Sweet. Really want to see this working. And we're almost there. One more. Okay, so that should be filling up with oxygen now. Let's get back up top. And let's see. I'm imagining that I am not supplying enough power down here. These things take a significant amount of power to run all the time. And you know what? Let's see. I think I can dump hydrogen. I don't recall, but I believe dumping the hydrogen may allow us to produce a little bit more oxygen. You can see that just cruising through my power. So we're definitely going to need to get a little bit more power going on in here because it's supplying enough power to keep this up and running, but we're not getting anything really for that machine, so we're going to need to get a little bit more. But let's see what we got going on here. We got some oxygen here, which is good, which means we should be able to start the process. So let's find something. You know what? I got this iron on me. Let's pump the iron in and watch this go. So there's also a way for us to upgrade these machines, which we'll get into later in the factories. So what do we got? So that 3 iron clumps. So the crusher is now going to work on these iron clumps. And it's kind of a one-to-one from this point, but there is an additional machine inside here. So, okay, that's working. Dirty iron dust. This is going to enrich. And that's going to dump right in here as iron dust. So it's a process. And it's really not draining on our power too much, which is good. We only have the one windmill upstairs, so that's good. Or wind turbine. Purification chamber still running. The oxygen's staying about there, so this isn't too bad. We can actually just kind of let this stuff go. And it takes a little while, but it'll get through, and we'll have 3 times as much ore, or 3 times as many iron ingots as we did iron ore, which is really, really sweet. So now that we got that running, I really do want to get into the osmium compressor. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting the materials ready for that, and we'll get moving into that soon. And we're back. Osmium compressor in hand. Oh my goodness, this thing is just struggling to get oxygen. Just having one electrolytic separator downstairs is really not going to be enough when we really want to start getting into the triple ore production. You'll have whole rooms full of those things running to keep these machines going, especially when you get into factories and you're producing a lot more. When you just need to have that much more oxygen pumping into a machine that produces 3 to 7 times as much in one machine as you are with just this one machine. So it's just kind of sitting there cranking up and cranking off and cranking up and cranking off, and whatever works, we'll get it running. So here's the osmium compressor. Now what I really want to do is I want to get into Obsidian gear. Obsidian. Last page, I think. Where are you, gear? Here we go. So you make it just like you do regular gear, but I need refined obsidian ingots, which takes refined obsidian dust in the osmium compressor with an osmium ingot. So this part's easy, and we already have the compressor, so that's good news, but... Saber. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not unusual. Where were we? Obsidian. So we need refined obsidian dust in the osmium compressor, which takes obsidian powder or pulverized obsidian, which I managed to get a little bit of, and some diamond dust or compressed diamond. We can take and we can put diamond in the crusher, and we'll get diamond dust. So let's see. I do have a little bit of stuff that we already started making. I got 24 obsidian dust, and I'm always really terrible at remembering how many of these items you need. I mean, we need 8. We need 7. That's 15. 4. That's 19. And 5. So that's 24. 24. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was 24, but for some reason it was just escaping my brain. So I'll need 24 diamonds. I'm pretty sure we have enough. Oh yeah, more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 24 diamonds. So we need to take the diamonds, and we need to put them in the crusher, right here. And that should just crush away. I don't think it can actually cook in the next spot there, so all we should need to do is just... No, I guess it does cook. Don't do that, please. You know what we can do is just turn off the auto eject. Just got to remember to do that. Put that back on when we're ready to go. So let's get the first 4 of these going so that we can purify or compress or whatever we got to do to get this refined obsidian dust. We'll make the first item, and then I'll just let these guys kind of run, and we can complete the rest of this set. Okay, so that's 4 there. Alright, back to our recipe. What do we need for this? We got to get metallurgic infuser with the obsidian power and the dust. Cool. Okay, is there anything else left in here? Empty? Alright, let's just put 1 in there for now, because we might not need as much as I'm thinking. Or we might just need as many as I'm thinking. Let's give it 1 and see if there's anything left in the left side there. Cool. 1 dust. Yeah, definitely need all these. 1, 2, 3. And then we should be able to smelt those. Or no, wait, we don't need to smelt those. That's getting compressed. Don't smelt them. You're going to mess everything up. So I should be able to take these now in the osmium compressor. And put that now with 1, 2, right, yeah. And it's running. It just looks like a mouth going up and down. It's like one of the Futurama robots. That... It's quite curious. Did that really run out? So it takes more than 1. I guess it takes more than 1 to make that. Well, that's fine. Still, we're getting refined obsidian ingots here. Let's get these last 2 and let's craft up this armor. I'm really excited to see what this is like. This armor is also enchantable, so even though I don't have all the stuff I need to get some enchanting done yet, we will be able to enchant the gear, unlike some different mod packs gear where they don't allow you to enchant them. Sweet, let's do this. What are we making? We're making boots. Awesome. I got purple boots. Check me out with my purple boots. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of this stuff finished up so we can have a full set, and we'll come back when that's done. Oh yeah. Check me out. That's some purple armor. We're super purple. I like it. I think it looks cool. I dig that purple color. Oh, well, you know, we got to go check this stuff out. We got to go see how good this stuff is. And we haven't even enchanted it yet. And unfortunately, it's no longer nighttime. I thought I was going to have the perfect time to do this. And then it turned to day while I was waiting for the stuff to finish making. So, you know what? That's fine. Oh, you know what? Hey, let's go fight this guy. These guys do a ton of damage. Where'd you go? Hey, get mad at me. Yeah, you heard me. He hit me and I took no damage. Where'd you go, Enderman? I'm not done with you. Come and hit me again. Hit me again. I dare you. Wow. So that was absolutely no damage taken. Eat it. Oh, I can't even imagine how powerful this armor is going to be if I had enchantments on it. That is so cool. Well, that's going to do it for me today, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and watching another episode of my Modsauce 2 Let's Play. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave a like. And if you have any questions about the mod pack, or if you have anything you'd like to see me do in it, go ahead and leave a comment below. I love hearing from everybody. If you haven't already, please, please, please hit that subscribe button for me. It goes a long way. See you guys' support. I really, truly appreciate it. It's meant a lot to me so far. And it's one of those reasons it just makes me want to keep doing this as hard as I can and keep making these videos for everybody to watch. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.